What's going on, guys? It's CJ, and we are here to talk about life after lockup. But before we get started, as always, please make sure that you like this video. Also, while you're here, go ahead and tap that subscribe button so that you're here for everything else that I put out. I don't just talk about life after lockup, love after lockup. I talk about a few other shows, and we've got some of my favorites coming back at the end of this month that I'm very excited about. But y'all aren't here for that. Y'all are here to talk about life after lockup. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, this episode was called Payback is a Snitch. And I don't really know why it was called that, but that's what they decided to call it. So that's what we're going to call it. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, this episode started out with Destiny. She and her sister looked like they were ironing clothes, getting ready for Destiny's court appearance the next day. The sister is basically begging Destiny to go to court. Destiny saying she doesn't want to go to court because she feels like she's going to go to jail and she doesn't want to go to jail. Her sister says, well, you don't know that if you don't go. And besides, if you run and they catch you, you're going to be well into your 40s when you get out, and we will be without you for that long. So they sit there and pray, and Destiny is praying the power to show up for court. Destiny also keeps pissing me off because I understand we learned a little bit about Destiny last episode. We learned that she was assaulted by an uncle, a family member, and they got him locked up for that. And she has this issue with court, but Destiny likes to put her problems off on other people. Destiny doesn't seem to want to take responsibility for what she has done. And it seems like she's using Sean, the fact that he lied to her about his age and the number of children he had and the relationship with their mom. She uses those three things as excuses to, I guess, dog and misuse him and continue to drain him of all of his money. But I don't think it's right, and Destiny doesn't really seem to care. And we then kind of see a split screen. We see Sean, he's getting ready to head to Orland so he can be there when and make sure that Destiny shows up for court. He says he's showing up because he loves her. No, you are showing up because, as you constantly remind us, you have $50K on the line for this girl. But I'm so sick of them. I want this court date to be over. I need to know if she's going to go back to prison, or are they going to let her go? Will she show up? I just need them to conclude, because they're not really giving us what I thought they were going to give us this season. Then we go to Andrea and Lamar. Andrea and the kids are getting ready to leave the hotel. She has decided that she needs to go home and talk to her husband about the issues, because she does see that it's affecting the kids, her behavior, her being overly dramatic. Those actions are affecting their children in more ways than one. And I think that she is starting to see that. And so she wants to go home and talk to her husband, and the two of them try to work something out. Either she's going to stay or she's going to leave. Now, she lets us know that the issue with Shantae is because of Lamar. I guess she says Lamar didn't want Shantae to know about Priscilla, and is trying to make it seem like it's all her. But I don't understand that, because every time I've seen Andrea and her interaction with his oldest daughter, Shantae, it has always been, just Andrea being on 20, like always. Like the first time, she didn't even want to see them. She got mad because the girl's mom came, and she was just all in her feelings and left. We remember that from season 1? It was season 1. And Andrea strikes me as the dramatic type. I can understand, it's hard trying to blend the two lives, his past life and y'all's future and y'all's current life together. But it seems like Andrea wants to almost make him forget about his former life before he met her, because she wants him to be a father to her children. She wanted him to move to Utah and leave LA behind. She wanted him to just kind of adapt to the way that she thought that they should live life now that the two of them were married. But as we can see, Lamar is pretty close to his family, and he wants a relationship with his child that he has here. So that would not work, and I'm meaning the relationship with Shantae. But Lamar, he does, when she comes home, he swung by the Kroger and grabbed her some flowers. Cute enough. Flowers are flowers to me. And he tells her, you know, that he's sorry. He's sorry for his part in having Priscilla keep secrets from her, because he knows that it's not right, and he won't do it again. And Andrea apologized, and she acknowledged the fact that she can be pretty dramatic, as we all know and have seen just time after time with her. But he feels like she and Shantae need to sit down and talk at some point. Andrea feels like she was upset because she wasn't there when he introduced her to her big sister. It wasn't about her meeting the sister. She just felt like that was a moment that she should have been a part of. I disagree, just because we know Andrea always comes with some mess. So I think he did do right by it just being the three of them, but he probably should have told Andrea, at least, you know, gave her the courtesy of telling her. And he then also apologizes to Priscilla, you know, for even having her keep a secret from her mom. He doesn't want her to continue, you know, go down that path, and he wants her to be open and honest with her mom in the future. So who else are we going to talk about? We got a short little clip from Scott and Lindsay. Lindsay just pissed me all the way off this episode, as I'm sure she pissed everybody else off. Lindsay is still wrecking shop. We see her, you know, she flipped the table over and told Scott she was going to have somebody else in his bed by the end of the week. And, you know, he at this point wants her out. He is convinced that, you know, she is out of control and more than likely will be back in prison or in jail within 6 months. He refers to their relationship as toxic. And I don't think that this is anybody's fault but his, because he uprooted himself and came to Mississippi to live this life with a woman he didn't know. And I'm sure there were signs from what Lindsay would tell him, from the way she would talk to him, that she didn't just flip the script all of a sudden, because she just seemed way too comfortable in acting a damn fool with him when she got out. So I'm thinking, yeah, you knew how this girl was when you were talking to her by letter, by phone, by visit, by whatever. And he wants her out. That broad is just crazy. Like, the look on her face, like she was just standing outside, like, I mean, just looking just out of her mind. And she was on the phone with somebody. I guess she's going to get somebody to come and put a lock on her bedroom door, because she's determined that she is not leaving. I think she knows Scott wants her out, but she says that she's not going to leave, and neither is her daughter, and he's going to continue to pay the bills and everything in that house, which I think is very dangerous. Why would you bring Miley Grace into this situation? I don't think that that's healthy for her to see. And I think that she needs to go back with grandma, because mama ain't got it all. So then we move on to Michael and Sarah. There's not really much here either. Michael, he's basically prepared to squatter at Sarah's house for a few days. I guess he's going to pay her in penis. And, you know, she's happy that he's there. And they kind of apologized to one another. And they also apologized to Aviana because they were cutting a damn fool in front of her at the hotel the day before. And they just, want her to know that that's not how you act, with your mate or whatever, with another grown up, and that they were sorry. Now, they crack open a beer and basically just talk. He says that this is just their cycle. This is just what they do. Sarah feels like it needs to be different. For them to move on, they need to just forget the past. They need to forget everything that has happened up until now. They almost need, this clean slate. He asks her about Malcolm. She says right now, all she's focused on is her family. Malcolm's still in the picture, but right now, all she's focused on is her family. And Michael just really smuggingly, he is just like, I can have sex with Sarah anytime I want. And that was just so disrespectful to me, because it's not even about that. How about you put that kind of energy, not the sexual energy, but the energy that you're using to sleep with this woman, you put that energy into raising your daughters. I think you have it wrong. Sarah, says that that's not happening, but Michael believes otherwise. He believes that he could have sex with her if he wanted to. So then we go to Puppy and Amber. We start with them. They're drinking straight from a Crown Royal bottle. They're getting lit. They're pre-gaming before they hit the club. I guess Amber's taking Puppy out, her first week out of jail. She's taking her out to a club. And Amber, is still keeping her little secret from Puppy about the penis that she has at the penal farm. So Puppy doesn't know about that. But Puppy is getting the vibe that Amber is not really feeling her the way that she is feeling her. So they go to a club and it looks like they're having a lot of fun. And side note, did y'all see Amber talk to Scrap from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? I was like, how do they know each other? That was really strange to me. I don't know. Maybe she ran dope for him back in the past. I don't know. But anyway, or maybe it's just because they're both on reality shows. I have no idea. But they obviously know one another. And they meet Amber's friends at the club. And it's just like a gang of guys. And they're kind of, when Amber goes to get a drink, they're kind of grilling Puppy, giving her the third degree, asking her, are they for real? Is she and Amber really together? And Puppy's like, I don't know. I like her. I love her. Yeah. That's my girl. We're in a relationship or whatever. I want to be in a relationship with her, but I don't really know how she feels. And she says that when Amber gets drunk, that's when Amber's gay. But when Amber is sober, Amber is very reserved, and she gets the vibe that Amber's not really feeling her. But long story short, they are drinking Grey Goose straight from the bottle. Getting lit. They get home, walk straight through the door, don't close it behind them, no nothing. Just walk in and close the door. I don't know if they did the hanky panky, as Puppy's mom would say, or not. But I guess, Amber was feeling kind of frisky because she was tongue kissing Puppy down to the club and everything. So maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. We don't know. And then we have Shane and Lacey. Shane, he's still salty that he knows about John being out. And he also knows that Lacey wasn't the one that told him. Her dad told him, and Lacey still hasn't mentioned it. John, we flip over to him. He's at his house making some horrible looking grilled cheese. It looks like he has never made grilled cheese in his life. One side was black burnt, and the other side was completely untoasted. He didn't even bother to put any heat to that side. But he makes these weird ass grilled cheese sandwiches. He has a friend over, and he just basically tells that friend the same thing that he tells everybody else who would listen. He just wants closure. He thinks that Lacey got him locked back up, and he basically just wants closure with her. He's getting pissed off because Lacey's not answering the phone. Like, she's not picking up his calls. Like, she is not, you know, like, she doesn't want to because she doesn't want him to pop up, and she's afraid of what Shane may do if he and John were, you know, in the same area. So she doesn't want him to pop up. But I believe that another thing that has to do with it is the fact that she's pregnant now. If Lacey wasn't pregnant, she would play that same game. She would go and see John. She would probably sleep with John. They would probably push Shane out again and just do this vicious cycle over and over again, playing this Lacey game that she loves to play. But that was pretty much where they left off. And then lastly, we have Quaylen and Chevelle. Now, it looks like Quaylen has touched down in Branson, and he can't reach Chevelle. He keeps calling, keeps texting, no answer. Chevelle is paying him dust. She's ignoring him. So Quaylen conveniently calls Maila, and Chevelle just happened to go to the bathroom. So he's FaceTiming Maila, and DeMarc is literally standing 2 feet from Maila with his back turned, like he can't see or hear who she's talking to. And so she's just, you know, giving Daddy the tea, telling him, you know, we're somewhere where there's a big Ferris wheel, and, you know, basically giving him the location where he can pop up on Chevelle. And so I just didn't get that part. And I know their story is about as scripted as they come, because DeMarc, when she got done, DeMarc was like, who was that? Who was you on the phone with? I know you heard him talking. You was standing right there. But anyway, so she comes back. Chevelle comes back. She's angry because DeMarc let the baby talk to Quaylen and didn't, you know, end their phone call or whatever. But anyway, Quaylen was somewhere. He was like 4 miles away from them. He was at like a welcome center, and he asked the woman, where is the Ferris wheel? And the lady told him it's about 4 miles away. So he, in his little rolling suitcase, walks along the highway, walks like 4 miles down the road, and he pops up on them. And Chevelle was literally in mid-conversation with DeMarc, talking about how she did not, you know, she wasn't sure if she wanted to be with him or not. You know, DeMarc is really trying to tell her why they shouldn't be together. And, you know, she is literally debating whether or not she wants to be with him. The minute he walks up, I mean, she was smiling like a Cheshire cat. Like, she was just so excited to see him. And she says it's because, okay, he went through all this trouble to show up. He came here for me. He went through all of this to be here. DeMarc is the only one mad at this point, because, I mean, she's sitting there smiling, and Quaylen's got his arm around her. DeMarc and Quaylen start exchanging words, and DeMarc is just over the bullshit. So he gets up and he walks away, and she claims that she's torn. She doesn't know if she wants to send Quaylen on along his way or if she wants to be with him. Girl, you want to be with him, so I don't even know why you doing all of this, or why, you know, you're talking to us about this when you know you want to be with that man. And so that was pretty much where the episode ended. I did kind of jump around a little bit. I didn't go in order. There wasn't a lot to this episode. If I left anything out, y'all know, as always, please drop down in the comments below and let me know. If y'all think I should review any other shows that you would like to see, also drop that down in the comments below as well. Again, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm CJ, and I'll probably be back for Bell Collective next. So if y'all don't watch that video, you have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.